Welcome back to another episode of Drafts Where Math Sucks. I'm your host, Mr. Cavender. And this week we're going to be talking about relating decimals and fractions. So before we can even get into some questions, we really need to kind of put things in perspective. So when I like to think about decimals, that tends to throw some people off. But when I like to think about decimals, the biggest thing we think about is with money. And so if you had $7.35, we understand that you have 7 $1 bills. That 7 is in the ones place. Now, this change is where things get a little bit different. So this 3 and this 5 here, so this 3 is in what we like to call the tenths place. Tenths, tenths place. And this 5 is in the hundredths place. Hundredths. You'll notice that THS ending. Okay. Whereas, if I had 17, this would be the tens. So it's the tens versus the tenths. So you're going to notice that's kind of like a snake sound on the end. Anytime you hear that, you're going to know that we're dealing with things to the right of the decimal place. So in this case, I would have 3 tenths and 5 hundredths. Okay. Now, there's an equivalency here between fractions and decimals. Okay, especially when it comes to things like this. So if this 3 is in the tenths place and this 5 is in the hundredths place, I could rewrite this 17 and 35 hundredths as 17 and 35 over 100. Okay, because that 5, whatever is to the farthest to the right, will tell you what your denominator is going to be. So for example, if I had 2 and you're going to notice anytime we put the decimal, we're going to say the word and. So 2 and 26 hundredths. Okay, that would just be 2 and 26 over 100. All right, if it was just 7 and 8 tenths, then it would just be 7 and 8 tenths. Okay, so it just kind of works to and fro. You can go, it's a lot easier to go from decimal to fraction than it is from fraction to decimal, because if you're doing fraction to decimal, you have to have a denominator of 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, so on. And if you can't do that, then you have to be able to get it there. So let's look at this. What is 7 tenths written as a fraction? So I know that this 7 is in the tenths place, so that means that it's going to be 7 over 10. So it's all about knowing one spot is tenths. It's like our dimes. The second spot is hundredths. It's like our pennies. So 7 over 10 would be my answer there. All right, the number line below shows one whole divided into tenths. Write numbers in the boxes to label the missing fractions and decimals. Explain how you know what numbers to write. Okay, so we're going to work this one together again, and then from here on out, I will tell you when to pause the video. Okay, so we're just kind of lining things up here. So I see that 1/10 goes with 1/10. So 3 tenths, I'm going to put 3 over 10. 6 tenths, so I'm going to put as 0.6 or 6 tenths. Now, tricky one. They didn't give us anything here. So we know this is 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths. Okay, so see, I just used the number line to my advantage. That's exactly what I want you to do there. Explain how you know what numbers to write. Well, let's just talk about this. So I knew exactly what numbers to write because I knew that this 3 was in the tenths place, so that would have transitioned over to 3 over 10. This is 6 over 10, therefore it would just be decimal point 6. And then on this one, we use the number line to count up from 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths. Okay. 17. What decimal names the same amount as 50 over 100 for 50 hundredths. Circle the letter of the correct answer. So pause the video here and try this one for yourself. Okay, what decimal name is the same amount as 50 over 100? That's going to be, so 50 over 100 is going to be A, because C is 50 is the whole number. B would be 5 over 100. A would be 50 over 100. D would be 50 and 10 over 100. So she chose B as the correct answer. How did she get that answer? If I had to guess, what she's not understanding is she's thinking that you take the first digit, which would be the 5, and wherever it goes, then that's whatever this is down here, that's where she's putting the first digit. So 0.050, she's saying, okay, the 5 here needs to go in the hundreds, so I'm putting the 5 in the hundreds, but that's not how we do this. We take whatever both digits are and the lowest amount of the digit, so in this case, the 0 and the 5. So the 5 would be, we're talking about 50, 5 is in the tens place, 0 is in the ones place. So you're going to take whatever would be here in your ones place, and it's going to go in that spot. So it has to go, the 0 has to go in the hundredths position. So the 5 is going to go in the tens position, and you're going to be left with 50 hundredths. Okay. Let's do some rapid fire. What is 70? So I want you to pause the video. I want you to try to knock out all 3 of these. And then I'm going to do them really quick. So pause. All right, here we go. What is 75 hundredths as a fraction? Okay, they're trying to trick you here. Look how they put the decimal. We never have a decimal over a fraction there. 75 over 100 would be my answer there. 2 places, so 75 over 100. Which fraction and decimal are equivalent? Circle all that apply. So this would be 4 over 100, so that is not true. This would be 60 over 100, so that is not true. This would be 3/10, so that is true. This would be 9 over 100, so that is true. And this would be 7 and 10 over 100, so that is not true. C and D. Model A is shaded to represent a value that is less than 1 whole. Looks to me like that would be either 80 over 100, or you could say 8/10. That's yes, yes, no. I have 30 seconds. All right. Pause here, and I'm going to try to knock out whichever one I can. Okay. Test is 100 questions. Cora got 85. What decimal shows the part she answered correctly? So correctly would be 85 over 100, which would be equal to 0.85. And 15 over 100 would be the part she got incorrect, which would be 0.15. Okay, so I probably have about 30 seconds here. Kelly found some dishes and pennies in her dad's car. She found 5 coins in all. The coins totaled more than 50 cents, but more than 20 cents, but less than 50 cents. What coins could Kelly have found? Write them out. Okay, and I've got about 30 seconds. So I'll pause this one, and I don't know that I'll have time to answer this one, so go ahead and work it, and then we'll talk about it when you're done with this. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all those fun things. Till next time, peace.